Hello everyone and welcome to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today we're going to take a look at another set from the summer 2015 range of LEGO Star Wars products, and like with my last review where I gave you a look at the Death Star final duel, this particular set comes to us from Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi. It's a really cool set, and again one that I was really looking forward to getting my hands on, because for as long as I can remember, this particular vehicle has been one of my absolute favourites from the Star Wars universe. So, without further ado, the set that we're going to take a look at today is of course this one. Set number 75094, the Imperial Shuttle Tydirium. Now, as I said, this is an absolutely awesome set. We have seen multiple releases of the Imperial Shuttle over the years, but so far this has to be one of the best. What I really like about this particular set is the fact that from the exterior, you could easily pass this one as an Ultimate Collector's Series set. You know, the detail and just the overall design of this particular vehicle easily passes as a UCS set in my opinion, and it's only due to the play features and interior details that it actually looks like, you know, a toy rather than a collector's piece. But that's not to say that this doesn't serve as a collector's piece as well. It really looks great on display, and we'll take a look at it in more detail in just a little bit. Before we jump into the review itself, however, I do want to give, as always, a huge thanks to the guys over at Norton & Co and the LEGO Group, who as always were kind enough to supply this set for a review. So guys, if you're watching, a huge thumbs up goes out to you. This particular set does retail for a little bit more than the Death Star Final Duel. This one costs $79.99. However, the price point, or the piece point even, my apologies, is actually 970, no it isn't, it's 937 pieces, nearly slipped up. So, you know, it's a really nice, heavy, substantial build, and in my opinion, the price per brick ratio is definitely on point. You know, you're getting nearly 1,000 pieces for just under £80 or $80. And as always with LEGO, the final product, once completed and once constructed, looks absolutely awesome. So this is of course the front of the box, which as you can see has some stunning artwork on the front there. This particular version of the Imperial Shuttle is based on the Rebel hijack of the Imperial Shuttle. So the minifigures included are of course of the Endor strike team, which does include Han Solo, Princess Leia and Chewbacca. And we'll take a look at all those in just a little bit. And on the reverse side of the box we do get some images not only of the vehicle and its features, but some action shots as well. So absolutely awesome box. Again, like with the Death Star Duel, it's a nice, heavy, pretty big box. So you're certainly getting your money's worth here. And again, I definitely recommend this set. So if you want to add it to your own collection, you know the drill, hit the link in the video description. So that's the box for the set. Now let's take a look at what we get inside, and as always with these LEGO reviews, we'll kick things off by taking a look at the minifigures, and we'll begin by taking a look at this guy. This is of course Han Solo, and in this instance Han is depicted in his Endor trench coat. Now what I really like about this particular minifigure is the way that LEGO incorporated the trench coat into the design. Rather than including a soft goods or plastic coat that just hangs over the torso and legs of the figure, we actually have printing which just extends the coat down over the legs, which in my opinion works really, really well. I have heard some people complain about the fact that it doesn't extend down the side of the legs, so it does look a little bit unfinished, but for me personally that's not a major issue. From the front it looks fantastic, and I really do like the camouflage print that is very subtly applied to the coat print itself, which looks really, really cool. Underneath that coat, obviously you've got Han's trademark black waistcoat and shirt. You also get included a blaster pistol, and we have a double printed face with Han. On one side we have a very cocky smirk, synonymous with Han, and if we flip the hair around and take a look on the opposite side, we have a look of concern, as though he's just about to become Ewok lunch. So very, very nice figure indeed. Really do like this one. And obviously, if Han Solo is going to fly the Imperial Shuttle into Endor, or onto Endor, he does of course need a co-pilot. And that comes in the form of Chewbacca. Now this is the same minifigure that we saw released with the droid gunship set from 2014, and it's also the same minifigure that we'll see with the Force Awakens Millennium Falcon. The only difference between this particular figure and the upcoming release is the fact that this guy comes with the older style bowcaster, whereas the new one will come with a stud firing weapon. As you can see, this is of course the newly designed Chewbacca, so we've got the highlights in the fur printed there on the head, with some added details on the face as well, and you've got some of that fur extending down onto the legs too. So a really nice looking figure. He does accompany Han into the cockpit of the shuttle, which I'll try and give you a look at later on in the video, but obviously as a duo they look fantastic. Now the third figure that we get in this particular set is none other than Her Highnessness Princess Leia. Now this of course depicts Leia in her Endor battle poncho, which is really nicely applied. Lego have pulled out a brand new, much lighter soft goods material for the poncho. Obviously this is a little bit thinner, a little bit fluffier than the usual soft goods we see on the capes used on Lego minifigures. And again, you've got a really nice camouflage print on this, which looks absolutely awesome. There is some torso printing hiding underneath there. I'll give you a look at that in just a little bit. And as you can see, in terms of weapons, whoops, pulling that out of the hand, Leia does come with a blaster pistol, and she also comes with a piece of bread, which obviously she gives to Wicket during their first encounter. We do have a double print on the head as well. On one side, the pretty stern and cross expression, which we all have come to expect from Princess Leia as a character, and on the reverse side, a much happier and positive smile. Now if I remove the head temporarily, just get rid of that poncho for the time being, you will get a look at some of the torso printing on the figure underneath, obviously capturing her Endor uniform, which looks really cool. Got the utility belt there, the waistcoat, the rank badge printed on the chest, and on the reverse side that print does continue. So really nice figure overall, and alongside Han and Chewie, she looks absolutely awesome. So highly impressed with the minifigures included in this set, and they do actually continue in the form of some Endor Troopers, and this is the first one. This is the bearded trooper, which we do see very briefly in the movie. Not the most exciting minifigure, but if you're looking to recreate a Rebel versus Imperial battle from Endor, then this is a crucial addition to the collection. I really do like this guy, however, though. The print is very unique on the head. You've got that rather bushy beard, and obviously the Endor Trooper helmet, which is a fantastic sculpt. Always love that one. Again, you've got torso printing there, which looks really nice, and also some leg printing, which again captures some of that subtle camo print we saw on Han's trench coat. In terms of weaponry, we do get the blaster rifle. The print on the torso continues around the back, and there's actually no double print on the head with this guy, just a single print on the front. So nice little army builder. And we do of course get a second Endor Trooper, which is a much more generic looking character. Now you will notice first up that this guy doesn't have a weapon, and that's actually because it's concealed within the shuttle itself, so I'll give you a look at that in just a little bit. But again, you've got that really nice camo print on the uniform on this guy, a much more generic face, and that Endor Trooper helmet sculpted in place once again. So some really nice army builder figures included in the Imperial Shuttle. I really do like these guys. And yeah, very cool figures. So once again, there we have the Endor Troopers. Han and Chewie, very cool indeed. Definitely my favourite figures from the set. And finally, Princess Leia, which is a real highlight in my opinion. Very unique minifigure indeed. So that now brings us to the set itself, which is of course the Imperial Shuttle Tydirium. And as I mentioned before, this is a stunning model. Absolutely love this set. I think Lego have done a fantastic job in capturing the overall look and appearance of the shuttle itself. And as you'll see, first up, this is the shuttle as depicted in its landing mode. Now we're going to jump straight into the features with this particular vehicle, and firstly, of course, the main feature of the Imperial Shuttle is the fact that the wings do descend to create the flight mode for the Imperial Shuttle. So we'll just retract the landing gear now and proceed to pull those wings down, which are on a ratchet joint. So they're very tight and very sturdy, which is really nice. And as you can see, if I just move back a little bit for you, there is the shuttle in flight mode, and it looks phenomenal. The only downside to this particular set is the fact that it doesn't come with any kind of display stand. So unless you create one yourself, the only way that you can display this on a shelf is in landing mode. But I'm sure you'll agree that this thing looks so much better in flight mode. Very imposing vehicle indeed, and a great addition to the Imperial ranks. Now, aside from the opening wings, there are a ton of features packed within this vehicle, and one of them is located obviously mainly down at the front of the ship itself. Now, I'm a little bit disappointed with the cockpit area of this particular vehicle, not from a design aspect because it looks great, but on my particular sample of this shuttle, the cockpit just doesn't stay open, and I'll demonstrate that for you now. As you can see, it just flops shut when I open it, which is a little bit of a shame. I have seen other reviews where this doesn't happen, so I thought, you know, maybe I'd put something together wrong, so I deconstructed it, put it back together, and the problem still persisted. So that's obviously something that, you know, I don't know, it's possibly a loose joint or something like that. And I'm sure if you guys have got this one at home, then you'll know that that isn't a recurring feature on all of these models. But it's just a little bit disappointing, and it makes this review a little bit harder to do, as obviously there's quite a little bit of detail going on inside the cockpit area itself that I can't really give you a look at because of that issue. So not the most convenient of issues to have, but you know, it is what it is. It's very rare that LEGO fail to impress me, so this is by no means a bump in the road. Obviously, you know, it's a bit inconvenient, but I'll live with it. It's nothing major. Inside the cockpit area, I'll try my best to give you a look at this. There is of course the control panels there, which do feature some really nice stickered details, and you've got seating areas there for 2 pilots, and obviously, as I said earlier on, you can fit Han and Chewie inside the cockpit area, but for the purposes of this review I'll just put Han in there for now. As you can see, he looks very, very cool at the controls of the shuttle. Obviously this thing is hideously underscaled. You can fit around, I don't know, 4, 5, maybe more characters inside the actual cockpit in the movie. But for the purposes of scale and obviously size and all that sort of stuff, you can only fit a couple of figures in the cockpit on this model, which is not an issue, but it just gives you an idea of the scale of the vehicle itself. So obviously you can then close the cockpit area up, and there you'll see Han peeking through the windshield. Hello. So very, very cool. We also have flick fire missiles on the shuttle, which again, going back to the design element of this vehicle, I really, really like, because they're hidden away within the wings. Now I'm just going to fold this thing back up into flight mode for the time being, just to give you a better look at some of those details. But as you'll see, just on the side of the wings there, you do have these screen accurate cannons which just pivot like so, but obviously for playability you've got flick fires as well. Now those are located just there, and they're not majorly noticeable, so they don't take away anything from the design or aesthetic of the vehicle. And inside the wing there is a sort of cylindrical piece, which I'm sure you'll see better if I position the wing like so, just there, and all you do is simply push that inside and the missile goes firing out like so, which is really, really nice. I really like the way that LEGO have hidden the firing button into the wing itself, and again the way that the missile is hidden away inside the wing is really nice as well. So major points go out to LEGO for that design feature. Obviously you've got the same on the other side, just press the button inside the wing there and the missile fires out like so. Again, you've got the screen accurate cannons on either side of the shuttle. Just zoom in on those to give you a look. Really nicely detailed. Very impressive indeed. Decent amount of firepower on this one for sure. If we come into the side of the vehicle now, Once again, I'm just going to retract those wings down for you to give you a better look at these details. But on the interior of the vehicle we do have some hidden features. There is a panel there which just opens up like so on either side, and that does give you access to the interior of the ship, which as you can see does feature room for your troops. Now these particular Endor Troopers are not included with the set. These are from previous sets that I reviewed on the channel, but I've put them in there for now just to give you a look at how you can display this particular vehicle. So as you can see on this side, you've got a seating area there for 2 troopers, and you've also got that weapons storage system inside, which I talked about when I gave you a look at the minifigures. You've also got a storage compartment just at the top there for additional missiles, and on the other side of the ship we do have a seating area there for 1 other trooper, and we also have a cargo container which I will give you a look at in just a little bit, but I'll remove it for the time being and I'll show you that in just a second. As you'll see, inside the shuttle there's a very cool targeting computer there at the back, which again adds to the overall look of the ship, and you can then proceed to close those panels back up like so, and that creates a really cool visual for the shuttle. So very impressed with that feature as well. Really do like when the vehicles open up and you can play around inside with them. Very nice indeed. And finally we do have, of course, as I showed you earlier, retractable landing gear, which can be pushed down like so, or pushed up like so. And just underneath that we do have a loading ramp or cargo bay, which as you can see is held in place by this mechanism, and you just lower that down and the ramp becomes visible. Now you can use this in one of 2 ways. You can use it to store your cargo container, just place that on the ramp and load it back up inside, or you can use it as an actual entrance ramp to the vehicle. Obviously this is a little bit inaccurate to the vehicle seen in the movie. The ramp is located within the cockpit canopy, but again, for the purposes of scale and playability and all that sort of stuff, LEGO have incorporated that feature into the bottom of the main body. But it works really well, looks fantastic, and is a nice little feature once again. So I think that just about covers all the features on the Imperial Shuttle. The only other thing to point out is that if we come around the back of the Imperial Shuttle itself, you'll see you've got those really nice clear and translucent blue pieces, which obviously depict the engines of the shuttle itself, which again look really nice and really add to that overall aesthetic, which in my opinion is just awesome. Again, you can easily pass this as a UCS set. If it wasn't for the size and obviously the play features, then this easily passes as an ultimate collector's piece, and in my opinion it's just a very cool set. Awesome minifigures, awesome design, awesome features, just all round awesome. As with most things LEGO, everything is awesome. So yeah, really cool set. Again, going back to that, it's just the cockpit area for me that's a bit of an inconvenience, but it's something I can learn to live with, I think. One more thing I just want to talk to you about before we wrap up this review is of course that storage container which I removed from the vehicle earlier on. As you'll see, just on the top of it there, you do have the Rebel Alliance insignia, which is a sticker to apply, and once you remove the lid, inside we do have a storage space for some thermal detonators. So there's some more firepower included in this one. And very cool overall, awesome minifigure selection, awesome design of the vehicle itself, and in my opinion just one of the real highlights of the summer 2015 range. So once again, that is going to do it for this review on set number 75094, the Imperial Shuttle Tydirium, an awesome set that you should not hesitate to pick up. Really cool indeed. So as always, I want to thank you for watching this review. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be back with plenty more reviews very soon. Got some more action figures to give you a look at, and of course Force Friday is just right around the corner, so coming soon will be all the Force Awakens product reviews. So there's so much to look forward to here on the channel. Very exciting time to be a Star Wars fan, and until next time, as always, thank you for watching, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.